Welcome to Bobby June Live. What's up? What was I going to do? Oh, yeah, I got to switch off of this bullshit. Oh, there's nothing. What the fuck is that? Hey. What happened to my... Oh, man, my stupid security camera went off. All right. Okay. Hey, what's up? Bitch. I stole your line, Ricky. It was killer. Well, a line you liked. I liked it back. And it was killer because I hadn't thought about it before. Hold on. Let me gather myself. Oh, can't do that. I got new shit. Oh, God, I got a stupid little thing I made. Does that work? No, one. Okay, it does work. All right. Cool. Well, kind of. All right. Hi, welcome to Bobby June Live. Yeah, Ricky, I stole your line, your Link's line. And it was killer because it says, if masks work, then why are businesses closed? I thought that was pretty. So I titled the whole fucking show that. That's how good I thought that was. And it's kind of odd because I understand we could touch things. But if masks and the outbound droplet thing, I mean, there are unknowns that we don't know about. But if that's one of the big ones, and it's obvious that it is, and in closed spaces, then, and well, I'm not talking about the past where we overreacted and we didn't really know what the hell was going on. So, okay, I'm going to give a little bit of room for decision making that was, erred through ignorance. But once you know some answers, a few answers, not all the answers, then it seems like you'd be able to it seems like you would be able to, you can't make quick decisions, but you can make decisions based on things like that. And they could be admitted to. That's a good one. And everybody's wearing masks wherever we go. It'd be interesting to find out if there's any transmission in areas where you have to wear a mask. So that particular viewpoint would help everything open back up. And I don't know where to go with that fucking thing. Other than that, it's good. So, Ricky, thank you very much. And all that shit. But Trump is clean. We know Trump is clean because he'd be doing that hydroxychloroquine. That's good. I can't do it with you in here. Too weird. I can't do it with you fucking just sitting there. Play your game elsewhere. Weirdo. What? Tom would come in. Tom said, I don't want to watch the show. I want to just come in and listen to the show. Yeah, so. Yeah, it's weird when somebody's in here. I felt like odd. I'm a baby. I don't know what I'm doing. So. Yeah, so that's Trump fucking Trump said, I'll take the Lysol. Give me the Lysol. I'll do it. I don't know about I can't keep track of the goddamn hydroxychloroquine in the other one. And they said, he's taking the one that could possibly hurt you. So, I mean, wouldn't the media want to applaud him, see him through that to completion? The media should be like, wow, we're taking hydroxychloroquine? Go on, Marcel, let me send you a gown. So that's interesting. They are putting that on the front page. They should just keep that under wraps and let him go on with it. So that's all fucking throwaway shit, whatever. It's just funny how we took the two most modern years, or the two most modern sounding years. Now, okay, I'm not going to count 1999. The year 2000, 2001. I mean, that whole from 1999 to 2001. Those are the of our most modern sounding years. They should be marked with progress. But no. My people come over, fuck it all up. So then we're thrown backward. Religion doesn't necessarily amp up or ramp up. I don't think. Maybe a little bit, but not in any meaningful way. It probably got a little bit hurt. Bravo. But whatever, it didn't do much. Religion, when the planes hit the buildings, religion didn't do much. I would guess it probably hindered it. Just another ridiculous act by religion. So other than that, it still took our eye off the ball regarding the benefit of the year 2000 happening. It just shit on it. It took a dump on it. I don't know if he planned that. I hope he didn't plan that too. That's kind of worse than the buildings even. Let me take a dump on your modernity. That would suck. So that happened on the year 2000. Now we have the year 2020, the other modern year. The only other one left. I can't think of the other. There's no other modern year left. This one gets the first one is hijacked by Iron Age philosophy. The second one, although not hijacked by Iron Age philosophy, sounds like it was. The plague. I mean, at least we have what do we call it? The pandemic. That sounds modern. Okay, I'm cool with that. So, I just think that if we're going to, well, the camera's dust. All right. If we're going to, well, hold on. No, I started that sentence incorrectly. There's nothing if we're going to. We're getting screwed. The level of screwness like that is bad. There we go. I don't need that other camera. Fuck that camera. The level of I do need Facebook up. Hold on. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome, like, subscribe. You don't subscribe to Facebook. Rate, comment, and review. Where's my shit? I can't find my shit. Come on. Do I have to go to the page? What? Hello. Bobby June Live. Where's Dookie? I'm just trying to find my video. That's all. I need to just pull it up. Am I live? I hate that. I swear to God, I fucking hate that. I don't even know if I'm alive. I don't know. Let's see. How would I tell? Hey, Thomas, am I live? I I could do. Oh no, I can't do. Oh, I can't see Periscope that way either. Oh, yeah, I'm live. I'm live on Periscope. What's up, Periscope? I have to tilt your thing up. This was a bad design. Let me do it like that. All right, Periscope. What's up, Periscope? Yeah, I'm live there. Why am I not live here? It's hot as fucking here. Facebook. Yeah. All right. Posts from Bobby June Live reached 1,000 people. What do you mean? Why doesn't it reflect in my stats? Okay, there I am. Right? No, that's Friday. Oh, sorry. What am I going to do? Bobby June Live. Big, thick. Screw it. I'm live on Periscope. It's good enough. And I need to pay more attention to I need to pay more attention to other channels because fuck, dude. Because it's not fair that I'm only paying attention to Facebook. Periscope's cool. Periscope is it's just as live as Facebook in a sense. YouTube isn't necessarily live. You really have to pay attention to your notifications to get notified by YouTube. I mean, you don't need to, but it's not like Facebook because you're not in YouTube hitting that subscription button, seeing who's live next. But in Facebook, you pass by your friends like me, if I'm your friend, through a timeline. So you get to see what's happening. And you get automatically reminded. So, and Periscope is the same way, but Periscope doesn't have a timeline. So you really have to go there. Facebook is the way to get really juiced up about live crap like this you watch. Because you're in Facebook more often if you're a Facebook liker. If you're an Instagram person, well then, that's different. So, I don't know if I'm live. I really don't. Watch. Bobby June. All right, now I know. Do I know? No, I don't know. That's May 13th. I start most of my raps off kind of slow. If you love me, share my channel. Oh, if you love me, share my channel. Thank you, Ricky. That was very sweet. If a man can say that to another man. Hey, my mom was gonna give me your address so I could stop by. 187th. I thought you were on 189th. And I was super. Oh Jesus fuck. Super busy. So if you're watching right now, I just had to check out of society. That's just the way it goes sometimes. So yeah, it's very disturbing. I have a problem with the world going backwards. And so I'm really not I don't really have I don't have much skin in the game for momentary politics other than the fact that it's entertaining. You know, when I pay attention to politics, it's not the core of me that's involved because it's so here and now. And I'm more of like, I live kind of two lives. I live my, like I was telling Ba last week, I live my a now life and I live my futurist life. My futurist life is like the thought of being revived and continuing on after I die. Okay, that's my futurist life. You have different morals, you have different all of your, you have two separate personalities. If you become a cryonicist, you have that split, that bifurcation. And politics aren't included because unless you have a regime change, like if they were to change the regime of America, if China said, we're coming over, dude, bunch of boats, we're changing you guys, that would be threatening. Other than that, I have no real concern about what the day-to-day politics, even the year-to-year or decade-to-decade, because we have a system that keeps things tuned fairly well. So you don't have to care too much about it if you don't want to. See, the only fact is that we have a very entertaining president. So really, honestly, I can't, with this podcast, I have to pay attention to it because we talk about stuff like this, and I don't mind that. That's fun. But I'm very tempted to do it without this stuff. It's just too impossible right now. I can't do the podcast without talking about topical stuff. It's just too ever present. So, I'm all over the place here. So I talked about the topical stuff as far as like what it is we're paying attention to, and that gets divided into, especially with COVID, that the silos of COVID. The silos of COVID, I tried to define last week, but it was too hard to do it on the fly. So I made up a little list that I'm going to build on. And they ended up being a little bit, not political, but humanistically personal. Like you have Trump and his objectives. And I'm not going to go to the rest of the world and talk about the rest of the world. Okay. Sorry. However, we have to because we have a lot of people in Mexico and we have a lot of people in a few other places. A lot of Mexicans. Hi, Mexico. What's up? ¿Dónde está? ¿Bien está bien y tú? Gracias, güey. Bah. Talk to him for me, please. Say some Mexican shit. Thank you. So we have Trump, and then we have the personality cult of Trump. You know, you have Trump out there saying things. Inject it into your skin. It's okay. Hey, we're better than them, Hey, he needs to ramp up on the fuck. He needs to ramp up on that. Hey. He started to. I saw him. What is he saying, man? I swear, what was he saying? I love it. He was saying, hey, these guys are wise guys. These guys are fucking wise guys. He was talking shit about somebody. Started calling them wise guys. I was like, yeah, dude, that's good. Wise guys. Wise guys over here. So that's Trump doing his whirlwind. Then there's the personality cult of Trump. These are the silos of COVID on the micro scale, because they all have a different objective on how they view our situation. And it goes down all the way to us, how we view our situation. Amongst us, there are a smattering of types of people that are you and I, and there's not many of them. There's not many. So we have the presidential arena, and those two have particular. I can't define them right now. I've listed them as some isolation. I've listed some isolation regarding some silos, but you have to go into the personality cult of Trump and find out what that particular silo wants out of our situation, and you have to isolate it and label it. Tag it and put it right there. So we're going to do that because we need to be able to refer to this. This is going to help us pin down who's making good decisions, who's right and who's wrong. and who's changed their mind and so forth. So then we have like cheap China. Okay, China can't get out of the way of fucking up. I mean, they are the most impressive country on the planet. They've done with what they've had for 500 years and brought it into modernity under the blanket of communism and with an attitude. So China's got a lot of beautiful and impressive motions they've displayed onto the world. But they just can't the communism is stopping them. They can't let go of their iron grip. It's going to be impossible. Because if you let go of that and you let honesty emerge as much as possible, you lose the communistic aspect of the entire society. And you can't do that because if you lose the communistic aspect of society, you lose your party and then you lose control. And then other parties emerge and then you become marginalized and probably eliminated. So communism has very narrow, not quite as narrow as Kim Jong-un, but very narrow operating procedures. They don't have the flexibility. I mean, we have that too because we can't be a totalitarian state immediately. We have our restrictions, but theirs don't allow for, well, they have their way, we have ours. Theirs is simply more fragile. Ours allows for people to get behind the process. Theirs is controlling the people behind the process. So fundamentally, their actions are molded by that one need. And ours are molded by the other need. So we're both trapped by our systems. But their system doesn't integrate. And I don't know what they think of globalization, but they can't feel great about the world's progress. They must feel like, let's get in China's shoes for a second. They must feel quite at odds with what's happening. They might feel that this is actually a really helpful thing for them. Pandemic. Imagine China. The internet arises. China's like, oh, Jesus, fuck. Everybody's talking. This ain't going to work out, dude. Everybody's talking. Imagine what China thought when the internet came into being. They're still scrambling on that whole release because that's not what helps them. North Korea just remain the same. But China, so they have that, and they have airplanes and globalization and trade. So they found they needed to make some money off the world and be a part of the world. They have a ton of people and they're smart asses. So they integrated with us, but yet it kept the same control. Loosened it as much as possible, but kept the same control. I don't know how many more world changes are going to happen before China won't be able to maintain the level of control. Like imagine China 20 years from now, 30 years from now. We are very scared of China. We say, oh, China, here they come. They're going to take over. They got a lot of people and they're smart and they're super driven. But I don't think they're going to take over. I don't think there's a problem with China. China has inherent limitations that are fundamentally opposed to everything else the world's going through. And the more closed your society is, the more opposed the world is to you in general. So China, there's two routes. Can maintain the grip, maintain the control, and slowly turn into North Korea, which they won't do. Because as the world homogenizes into human, it just will be an outlier overall. It'll be a huge outlier. Everybody's using them outlier, but an outlier nonetheless. Technology will grow, technology will proliferate, technology will become tiny and very difficult to manage, and China won't be able to keep up with the whole process of the world. So if their grip remains tight, they have that problem to deal with, amongst others. But that's the primary problem. How is it going to manage how are they going to manage their communism and maintain a lock? The other way would be for China to change. There's a third way. It's called China just falling apart, and the change might be a falling apart. There's only so far a communistic society can move before it loses its sickle and axe. It can't go too far. I mean, I'm not an expert at this, obviously, but there's a process that has to happen until the dam breaks and freedom occurs. I mean, they're not totally unfree, but land ownership, business ownership, non-state control, that kind of stuff. So, and they're not necessarily opposed to that process. So we have a group of people that find it to be beneficial. I mean, the government itself is far more agile than we are. We have to deliberate over everything, and it slows us way down. So we have our inherent problems. But China's is greater because China's general view is world opposed. So when people fear China's future as the ruling party, remember that China is a minority. China is not the majority. So I don't think we have much to worry about China, because if it became a majority, there's two ways. It would have to take over the world, which is just, I mean, anything's possible, but no. Okay. And if they don't take over the world, they would have to, I don't know what they can't spread. China can't spread. They can finger out, but they're not attractive. You know, they're not, it's not somewhere, unless you need to, want to be. Communism, I can't say that it's totally the closer you are to a biological process, the more successful you are as an add-on to the biological process. The biological process is evolution. The way societies are built naturally, not constructed, but just how they occur. Movement, you know. And so when you have something that doesn't match, mirror, or at least come close to the biological process, you're going to have a push. It's a constant pressure. So, you know, China experiences pressure that we don't feel. I don't think we can quite comprehend the level of pressure that China feels in comparison to us. We might feel the pressure of choice. because we tend to have the options to choose, which seems to be wonderful. I don't know how I got in this fucking China jag. China has the pressure of wonder. They don't when you don't necessarily control the system at its on its fundamental axis, or on its with its the whatever the 10 pillars of China are. If you don't control those like we control ours, you are placed fundamentally in a state of wonder. You have to really go deep into yourself to understand what that state of wonder must feel like. If you don't feel that you're in control of your society, what does it feel like deep down to be that person? What does it feel like to be unable to choose? So that feeling one gets from that, I title it Wonder. It sounds beautiful. I love wonder. Wonder is amazing. But the wonder I'm talking about is more, I would call it fret. I don't want to say fret, but it's definitely a state of not knowing. And so these traits that China possesses, not attractive, not really aligned with the rest of the planet. Very concerned about maintaining that as best as possible. They don't find change towards betterment regarding what's good for human beings individually as a goal. So, that's just the iron grip. So when you add up all of those, the future for China is, we almost have to protect China rather than fear China. China is, I should have called this show China. China is, we don't want China to blow up and disintegrate or have problems. We like China. We don't like your, what you got, what you sent over. Other than that, we like China. Except you do douchebags once in a while. But other than that, you're fine. We don't want them to implode. We hope that they would become lovers of individual and let go of lovers of collective. Okay. But if you have to maintain lovers of collective, don't just do it on the retail end. Do it on the do something else about it. They have the opportunity to be the reinventors of communism, really. They could. They're not going to. The opportunism of China and the necessity to be so is really ingrained. And it's not a bad thing that they do that. They have to. I watched something today that was amazing. It's just it has to, there's always a cause and there's always an effect to the processes at hand. And so the Chinese government is working in a way that is mandatory regarding, now they don't have to stay they don't have to find it to be mandatory to be communist, but like Russia with Putin, his strong arm needed to come out. He needs to be in charge. Russia lost. And then everybody then it broke up and it fragmented. So they lost and it broke apart. All the brilliant people left. They were left with a bunch of idiots, but driven people. Russia needed Putin. They still need Putin. You cannot let that country lose and then lose again. If you didn't have a strong government in Russia, even if it assimilated successfully into the world, the power and pride of Russia would have been dismantled. It's kind of like why we went to war in Iraq. You cannot let that happen without consequences. You can't fail at the Cold War without consequences. There is an effect to losing that you must pay attention to, and that is a Putin. So, okay, good. There's ways to do a Putin. You don't have to do it his way, but he is the answer, really. And those things last for decades. So, China. They just can't seem to shake their junkie. Or they just can't. It's impossible. So those three are political silos. Then you have the silos of the virologists, the Faucis, the Birx. I don't think she's a virologist. Well, he is. Even your local Wuhan virologist. Anybody who's scientifically tuned up in the world of biological contagions is they're in heaven. The only way to look at Fauci is to make sure he's not finally executing what he's been dreaming about forever. That's the only way. If you train Marines to kill perfectly, and then there's the hint of a war, you've got pit bulls ready to go. These people are ready to go. They practice. So you have this group of people. We love them. We need them to be experts. But I think I said it about a week ago. Those aren't the people that need to make the decisions based on what to do, because they have a biased view of the process. I know they're scientists. I love scientists, believe me. But their social reach is obviously extreme. So virologists have a silo for themselves, and that is chomping at the bit. Finally, we get to exercise. World pandemic. In fact, who chose the world pandemic? Okay, so we have to be concerned. I mean, these are words of virologists. These are words of contagion experts. We need them to have these words. We want them to have these words. But we have to make sure that they are dishing them out appropriately. And I know people make mistakes, so I'm not concerned about those errors, that we are going to have problems. It's not easy. But virologists are a silo, whether they are right or wrong. I'm not even going to talk about Russia again, but who knows what they're behind. Russia. The lazy attack from home behind their computer. Russia. I said it a couple weeks ago, as a matter of fact, again on Russia. I wish we could just fall in love with them. They're great. And you've got us. Now, us, I only have three of us listed, and they're political. They're lazy. I was lazy at the end. Trump love, Trump hate, ambivalent. It doesn't take much to, and the inherent problem, and these are spiked individuals. These are not, I like Trump, but I'm not an always Trumper. I'll defy any decision made by anybody based on what I think is right. I'm a neutral individual. But when you have people that are completely engrossed and all decisions made by Trump, you have a always Trumper, a never Trumper, which is the exact opposite. And then you have, people that are just news followers. Probably more never Trumpers, but they're and they might be the best version of us, but they're the most uninteresting. They really cancel themselves out. When you look at us as a population and you see people that just follow the news and just do exactly what's being told, and that's it, and we'll just do everything. That's do. They're just uninteresting. It's a non-issue. The only issue that it is that it seems to come out in masses when it goes to the grocery store. That's the only issue. It just makes itself very visible. I'm not necessarily looking for high visibility in our mean populace. I prefer the mean populace to stay quiet. Don't come out in droves. It's obvious. We don't really want to see. We don't want to see ourselves clamoring for toilet paper. Listen, we have pride. The human race has pride. We don't like to say anything bad. Just stay inside. We'll deliver it to you. Let the freaks come out. Remember, inside people, outside people. Those are inside people. You stay inside. When we have a virus, you stay inside. We got you. We're going to bring you toilet paper. We'll bring you everything you want. You'll be the best in the world. Chicken, everything. But don't come out in droves. It's embarrassing. Man, people. Fuck it. God damn. This is the most difficult. At least 9/11, okay, they did it. We did. Building came down. Done. We know exactly what's going on. This is just a clusterfuck of. I mean, even okay. There's probably other silos. You got Thomas here, conspiratorialists. They must be like, this is the decade of us. They need a leader. Thomas people need a leader. They need a leader. They don't have. They're too. Well, they're all identical, but they're very. Once they have a problem with anybody rising up. The moment you become anything in the conspiratorial world, you are definitely a shill. You're definitely. So once somebody rises too tall, they eat them alive. So they are a followerless base, which is their claim to fame, but of no without leadership, they're kind of their messages are like mimicry, but they're processes. So even without a leader, this is the decade for them. They can't, I don't think they know how to choose too quickly. There's too many choices. There's too much for conspiratorials. They must be flipping out. If they keep on paying attention to the flat earth in the middle of all this shit, I mean, Jeffrey Epstein passed him by and COVID came right in. He must be flipping out. Where are you, dude? In here? Hey, okay, so I'm going to, Thomas is going to FaceTime me. I got to test he showed up. Thomas Drake. Let's see here. Speaking of Thomas Drake, Kim Kardashian came out with masks. That's right. What? Hey, what? Oh, it isn't up? Uh. Yeah, I tried to get into. Okay, Facebook is not. Hey, Periscope, what's up? Fuck Facebook. Periscope way better. Who watching? Is that just me and you? Facebook is not up? Okay. All right. Let me let me I'm back there real quick. Sorry. That was a... Why is this so motherfucking high, dude? I'll drop it down. Yeah. I like that glow. That was a show that went on, but we didn't go on live. It was weird. And so I just replayed that show, and then I'm continuing it. And I was in the kitchen with Thomas, and he said, you better go back in there. It's live. And remember what the fuck you're going to say. It's gone? Okay, cool, because I stopped it, and then I started it now. So I'm continuing it. But I don't know what I was saying. I was telling everybody, you were telling me what I should remember what I was saying, and I don't remember what I was saying. So I'm going to try to remember what I was saying. Thanks. Oh, I know what I was saying. Kim Kardashian has masks. I hate these folks. I got slippers. They're turning into like meat shoes. Yucky. Fucking yucky. They don't feel good. There's something about shoes when you wear them without socks and they start to like have too much of you on them. Gross. So, like I got something. Hold on. I need my phone. So Kim Kardashian comes out with masks. And of course I'm going to say something about him. Why not? Let me launch his phone crap. Why it not show? Display on live? This is live? No. Is it live? There it is. You bitch. I have to show my phone on the screen. All right. So. So Kim makes masks. And they're called skins, which I think is pretty clever. Skins, I guess. I mean, once you know what they're about. Now, first and foremost, they're very uninteresting in their silhouette. You know, it almost flattens there. There's something about them that is mummy-like. Okay, fine. I don't really want a mask to hug every contour of my face. But these are like that, I believe. Skins. Here's a picture of one. Looks like a panty and a bra together. With these pleats and whatever. I'm sure they're probably extremely comfortable. So that's now I didn't know this, but what she's trying to do is mimic the human skin, like a black Band-Aid. But she didn't. She needs to do more shades. I mean, we're not talking a good color match here. I understand what she's going for. She's like, brown are for brown people, black are for very black people, white are for white people, and there's no all those. I guess that's olive. Pink is for pink people. I don't see, what she's trying to do is she's trying to hide the mask. And that's cool. She's trying to hide the mask. I like that, but I had an idea. Make the mask clear. Can they make clear masks? That would be very cool. Because the problem with the mask is you can't see the mouth. The problem with the mask is not that because it doesn't match the skin. The problem with the mask is you can't see the damn mouth. You can't express yourself. The most valuable aspect, one of the most valuable aspects of our face is our mouth. In conjunction with our eyes and our eyebrows, and the tilt of our head, we've got a complete sentence right here. So good for her to really latch onto that, the racist part of the mask. But fuck, it's not what we're concerned about, baby. It's the loss of the emotional expression. So it would be much more interesting if she would have invented a mask that when I smiled, you can see the smile. Now that's a tall order, but this, if she's going to do skin-based colored masks, she needs to have fucking 8,000 skin tones, at least 20. I mean, this girl is not pitch black. This girl is not brown. This mask right here belongs on this girl. Pink mask. I guess we're pink. That's like Asians are yellow. Oh, where's the Asian? Hey, where's Asian? Uh-oh. They left out a race. And I swear to God, if it has a yellow hue, I'd be pissed. Oh, my God. She's crazy. So, racist masks that look like bras and panties. Look like feminine hygiene. So sweet. Good job, Kim. You're so good. You're a genius. Then we have this Snoop. I don't know why I'm playing this. Snoop fucking claims some dumb shit. So this is the girl that she wrote the hold on. This is for I didn't lay this out properly. This is for Rocket. Because Rocket loves what the fuck is that Disney? Frozen. Rocket loves Frozen. Okay, so Rocket, this is for you. This is this woman is the maker of the Frozen song. She I guess she wrote it, or maybe she wrote Frozen, and then Snoop claimed to have went into his car to listen to the song, and then she sang a Snoop song in her car. There just seems like a publicity stunt. Seems like Lucy and Ricky all over the place. But let's hear because Snoop's from Long Beach. We're from Long Beach. We got to pay attention to Snoop. He's the mayor. So here it is.
Just sitting in my car listening to Let It Go. Let it go. We'll be outside soon.
Oh, that's a message to Snoop. That's it. That's all thing. We be outside soon, though. Yeah. All right, that's 0. I was on a dating app. And like normal, they want you to pay for the dating app, right? They want you to pay for it. I understand. So they tease you with pictures of people who like you, but you cannot talk to them because you're not paying for the service. I understand. It's logical. So they send me these pictures, and they say, look here. These bitches like you. I said, oh, really? It's all right, show me. And they say, no, you can't see them. Well, here, we're going to show you a pixelated picture of them. So here you are. These chicks like you, Bobby. Oh, it says at the top. This Bumble app. These chicks like me. Okay? Want to see who's like you? Upgrade. These chicks like me. These chicks like me. Okay? Hold on. And then. Now, what I did was I started to see a pattern. So I applied a little bit of, now it's not perfect, but there's one filter you can apply to these that allow you to maybe see through the filter. And it's not very good, but you see something here. You see people you like and don't like, no, thank you. I'm sorry. No, thank you. Okay. I'm sorry. I know that these pixels No, thank you. I don't know what that is, but that right there, no, thank you. This one, maybe. That one, maybe. This one right here, maybe. Maybe. It's based on width, half of it. Maybe. Maybe. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't even know what this is, but no, thank you. Maybe. Maybe. Okay? No, thank you. No, thank you. Maybe. Maybe I'll like her. Hold on. Oh, no, thank you. No, thank you. I don't know. I don't think I could like her. She doesn't look that cute. Very small mouth. I don't know. Good skin color. But no, that looks like a dude with a mustache. Whoa. Wait, hold on. Oh, of course. You know this is marriage material right here. This one right here. Yeah. We see it. We know what we're looking at. But this one, no thank you. No thank you. I don't know what that is, but no thank you. This one maybe. I think I see a butt back there. No thank you. No, yes, thank you. I'm sorry. This one here. I don't know about this one. Let me look back. Oh, no thank you. This one, I don't know what that is. This one, no thank you. But maybe. Okay, now what I did was I blurred them. So here we have a picture. Now we're closer to what we can. Now, again, I was right. No thank you. No thank you. This one that I thought there was a butt in the picture. I'm still on the fence about that one. She might be at a distance, so that one maybe. Yes, this one for sure. I'm happy she likes me. Yeah. Good for me. And this one, no thank you. Sorry, that's how dating apps work. No thank you. Maybe, but I doubt it. Maybe. No. She look mad. Very mad looking. I'm glad I could finally show dating shots. Oh, no thank you. Let me see here. So the blur effect. Oh, this whole page. Oh, down here, good. Hold on. This is, no, maybe, but probably not. Oh, yeah, that's one. But, I don't know. Maybe not. The fact she got a bikini on, this is good. I've seen some very offensive bikini-wearing chicks out there, too. No, thank you. No, thank you. Oh, see, that's one. Little cute hat. That's cute. Hey, maybe. No, thank you. No, thank you. Whoa. Man, fucked up, dude. Oh, there's that dude. That's a dude with his eyes shut and a mustache kissing the camera. No, thank you. You need 2 eyebrows, baby. No, thank you. Grandma, no, thank you. Listen, I know I'm old, but fuck. Oh, no. So anyway, we have a ratio of maybe 20% favorable. 20%. Okay, so you look at that and you go, okay, man, maybe I'll give him some money. I don't know. So that's how you could solve a dating app issue that's not wanting to give up your gaggle of followers that are waiting to hear from you but can't because you don't want to pay for the dating app. Dating apps are amazingly cheap and free and capable and function well. So, but I can't see a chick. I'm talking to Linda right now. Can't see her. Linda. I'm debating on if I should tell her about the podcast. I feel like I will lose her immediately. I think that's happened before. And I told her I told her I did it. Okay, so this is what the deal is. I told her I did a podcast. And in fact, it says it on my thing. I think it says it. Because it asks for your employment. So I think I said Bobby June Live and 9 Volt Visuals. My graphic design firm is called 9 Volt Visuals. But I put Bobby June Live, host of Bobby June Live. So, as a person that I've talked to for quite some time on the phone, never met her, don't know. You would think she would look up it. She would look it up. I mean, if she said, I'm the host of a podcast, if I like this chick, and she goes, I'm the host of a podcast, I would look at the motherfucker. Of course. Why not? There. So, but now I'm always I'm I'm a baby because I can't say, hey, watch my podcast because I'm too afraid. She won't like me after she sees it. I need to get her in my clutches first. Then she can watch a podcast, but I need to get her in my clutches. I need to manipulate her perfectly. Then she can watch a podcast. I do better in person. What am I talking about? So, I don't know if you watch podcasts. I'd watch it every night. Linda, what's up? So, yeah, that's odd. I used to, chicks are odd with dating apps. I found it to be very helpful to pre-validate yourself. Chicks they aren't all on, oh, there's a creep. Am I going to get raped? Is it time for me to die? They're not all like that, okay? That's a small number. There are some ones that'll come right the fuck over, no concern. But to alleviate pressure, because we are the murderers and they are the victims, or you'd give them your business. I would put up my business site. You know, I'd say, here's my graphic design site. This is before I started the podcast. Here's my graphic design site. You know, look at me. I'm a human. I'm regular. Look at me. Look around. I don't care. Here's my full name. Who cares? And chicks will be tic-tac. So, if you're a dating person and you're on apps, put stuff up about you. You'll cut right through the first date. You'll make the first date not appear because they will have vetted you in various ways. So that's nice. Are you do you want to call? Is it iPhone? That's Thomas Drake, everybody. So I think that, yeah, validate yourself a little bit. Show them something. Expose yourself more than your pictures, you know. Show them something public. Give them your LinkedIn profile. Do something. Give them something. Give them something to look at. Give them more confidence. Shows it's better all the way around. When you're confident about what you're doing out there in the world, man, you're good. So that was my finding, amongst others. Skins. I have pink, nude, olive, brown, and black. Pitch midnight black. Not even Sea-Doo is that color. That's crazy. No Asian. That's a whole different color spectrum too, by the way. So Kim's got it out for her, man. She gonna take some heat. Racist mask. You're blacker. You're brown. You're very pink. You're very clear. You're very white. There you are. Oh, you're definitely mulatto. Here you are. Oh no, we don't have albinos. I'm sorry. No, you bleach it. I'm sorry. It's okay. Anyway, no Asian. Oh, yellow. No, you're not yellow. Here's the pink one. Idiot. The problem, Kim, is the fact that you can't see the smile. I don't know how you would make a mask that allowed you to see the contours of my smile without it being clear. Let's see, the muscular structure of a smile. Cheeks obviously go up. If you overslung the top of the cheek with part of the mask somehow, you would get a lift. See, my fingers are moving. See? But the mask isn't really there because it comes down. So the mask kind of goes below the cheek lift. So if you make a mask, you can't make it hug the cheeks because people have different sized cheeks, but nonetheless, okay. Not gonna work for everybody. Not gonna work for people without cheek, lips, bones. But anywho, it has to like this area and raise with this area. And then when it does, there's something like a seam that goes. The seam doesn't go this way. The seam goes this way. Now, you can't make it look like a joker. You can't make it look like a smile. However, you could, but you can't. If you make the seam perfectly flat, like you basically would have to make the seam across, where most people's mouths are, basically. You make the seam right there, but you make it so that when you're walking around, the seam in general is always flat with the slope of the earth, perfectly flat, parallel with the planet. So when I'm walking and getting the keys out of my car and I look up, I have my regular face on, which is no expression. I'm just doing my own thing. But if I smile at you, these tiny movements will make that, and you have to design it in this way. Maybe some tension. Maybe there's like an inner thread that goes, because there's an upper bound here that has an edge. Inside of the fabric, there's a tiny thread that goes down and attaches somewhere down here. And imperceivably, when you smile, this flat line barely lifts. I mean, you will emotionally detect it. Your body will detect it. This flat line goes like this. Very little, but cute. You'd be able to you'd be able to see it. That is a mask company. Black people, Mexican, Asian, white, ghost, and everybody in between. That's not a mask company. That's dumb. Skins. Make it a skin then, dummy. They should have made leather ones. Oh, I know. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, no leather. I wonder if you're a celebrity, can you still buy leather? God damn, man. I swear to God, that whole fucking community signs up for some dumb shit. Fucking parrots, puppets. I do like seeing a celebrity that bucks that whole scene, that just goes, fuck it. And just does what he thinks is right or she thinks is right. I think it's so refreshing. I mean, either you get a politician. I mean, I saw Obama talk a couple of days ago. I think he said it Friday. If I see a real regular old politician talk again with that fucking those 20 faces that they make, whatever it is, and then behind the words that follow that fake face is a bunch of detectable what you want to hear words. Man, you will find refuge in the bloviation of Trump. Because that stuff there's nothing there. Nothing. Even if it's funny. The only reason politicians are good when they're funny is because it's when the fucking honesty sneaks out. Everything else is like, I know that's a general complaint. Fine, they kind of have to be that way. They're neutral generalizers. I understand that. That's a way. But it's the it's just odd, the resetting of it all, or whatever the aspect of political, what is interesting when it comes to choosing a politician. The doors are a little bit wider open, and the other side is not very high on inventory. I mean, you look back at Kamala and Buttigieg. Boring. And not boring like I need Trump to be entertaining me. When I say boring, I mean the premeditated yuck comes out that you know is not what they really think, how they really think about, how they really act when they are not in front of the camera. That's what we need, is somebody who acts the same in front and off the camera. That is good. If you want the regal, if you want the, then they have to act that way off the camera. That's fine. It's not that we don't want the pomp and circumstance of a respectable politician, but that is you know the difference between a person that's literally that lives the life of a introspectively thought as respected as an individual, a person that knows he's respected, she's respected. So kind of amplifies that a little bit too much sometimes, but okay, that's fine. You know when that person is pretty much saying what they say in the bathroom or when they're in bed. And that's not the politicians we're talking about. That's not the last politicians we had. I mean, the only reason Clinton did so well is because he didn't do any better, but he did really good with the fake. I think Reagan maybe, and I don't mean to be a Republican-like person here because I'm sure there's both sides. I know you think I'm a fucking Republican. Like Bloomberg would have been killer. That dude, that would have been excellent. If he didn't come in so late and so ill-prepped. And again, the douchebags in the political arena didn't help him. They had the answer. They had it. They had it. They didn't help him pop into position because they saw him kind of like Trump as an outsider, and he is an outsider, and it's just another threat. And how dare you come in at the last minute? We did the stump for fucking 6 months. Buttigieg out here talking about his husband. Kamala's sounding like a goddamn mom out of control. You got the straggly haired teacher woman yelling at everybody. Everybody Sanders about dying. And then Bloomberg comes in and tries to sweep up, and they're like, no, thank you. No, thank you. And that's where their answer was. They had it. They fucked up. They could have regained with him. He's just like Trump. Just not. He's just not petty and not as fun and not I mean, Joe, he would have been a little bit of a bore, but he's not totally a bore. Like, we didn't let him out of the cage enough. But, like, nonetheless, they messed up. That was their ticket, and they fucking ushered it right out. And he's richer than Trump. He would have done with you. Don't need you. $58 billion. What's up? So, all right. But Trump clean. He got that hydroxychloroquine. But inject it right here. I don't know. You squirt it in your eye. Maybe it'll work. We got to check into that. You checking into that, right? Yeah. At the doctors, though. I mean, God damn it, Trump. But again, this is a man thinking out loud, regular. I like that. I like it. It's fine. He doesn't need to be good about everything. You know, he sucks at that. He feels like he's got some backbone on this thought process, but I do that too, and it's kind of fun to think outside the box once in a while, and he's not totally wrong when you think outside the box. You do let out some stupid ideas. That is the benefit of speaking freely. There's nothing wrong with that. It's the fact that he need anyway, I'm not going to defend it too much, but you know that was what he was really thinking. You have any other politician in his position at that moment or any other moment, they are not going to tell you any of that risky stuff. They know it's risky. They're not going to give you a piece of information because behind that, what seemed to be fucking retarded, that stupid ass statement of him wanting to squirt his eyes with bleach, was not necessarily what he meant. You know, those are flippant statements. In comparison, one might realize that he's actually talking about, and I know it seems like I'm going to give him a lot of room right here, but the molecular constitutions of the ingredients of the things that he's talking about. Maybe there's a piece of that, whatever it is, that seems to be working as a disinfectant. Maybe there is a nugget of answer in a can of Lysol. You take Lysol and you break it down into its molecular constituents, you will find the constitution from which you may pluck and then kill. Who knows? It's not Lysol anymore when you take one of the molecules out and attack it with it. You find what it's doing. It's just it. And believe me, when you're in a lab, that is not a bad question. Labs don't always think of what's going to work, try it, and then watch it work. Sometimes they'll take a problem, divide it into 50 versions of the problem, and try 50 different things on it, and look. That's science. What he said was a scientific statement, unfortunately, said without any follow-up. And then he'll back the fuck off of that, and everybody will rage on him. It was funny as hell when they raged on him. It was such a stupid thing to say in the way he said it. He needs to say things differently if that's what he was thinking. But that's fine. Again, real. The other politicians would never say anything like that. They hold things back from you. So I still get the funniest feeling when I look and go, I can't believe Trump's president. I just can't believe it. It's just funny. It's like fucking, what's that? Police the dog. What is his name? The dog. Like him being president. I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, Trump been talking about this forever. Please. It's his turn. It's his turn like it's Hillary's turn. The same thing. Trump's been raging on China forever. Again, don't forget, the dude comes up, becomes president, and attacks China with exactly what he's been saying for decades, and pretty much succeeds. Big claps. The dude is solid. He does not change. His opinion is solid. Man, And again, I've said it before, but not enough. A person that thinks of an opinion for such a period of time has done the work. He doesn't need a degree to do that work. Because if you're thinking about a topic for 20 years, like I consider myself quite versed to a degree to speak as an expert on cryonics. And that's probably the only thing I could do that with. Maybe design as well, but much more cryonics. There's only a few things I could speak of that I've paid like a laser attention to. Sorry, I keep on looking at the wrong camera. That's one of the Trump's lasers. We've all got lasers in life. His laser is that. He can talk about that. Thomas can tell you about the who's fucking over who at the top, down. He's got laser sights on everything Bilderberg down or whatever. Title, give me a point and he'll tell you all about it. He's versed. So we all have our, that's one of Trump's. He's on a show, regular show, talking about regular crap, and then he'll add in a China diss. Like it's on his fucking mind. So there's huge accolades that waits this guy after he's done with this shit. Because that was a necessary recalibration. And so that's why I say it was his turn, because there are many people out there that it's their turn. It's everybody's turn if they've been working hard on a subject that's important to us. And so it doesn't surprise me that it still shocks me that Trump, my celebrity TV person, is in. That was the odd part. But if you can swallow your memory, he doesn't make it easy. The guy's his own problem, but you have to get into the if his kids looked a little different, there would be something else to say too. I mean, Ivanka, just Jesus, gorgeous. She's a little too measured, but the two slime bags, they just look douchey. And I'm sorry, he's just and Jared is douchey looking. The guys look douchey. It doesn't help his look or his whole thing. He just look douchey. So I don't know. Whatever. And the fucking gold and everything. Jesus fucking Christ. The fucking comedy, man. So that but real. Again, we're paying too much attention to politics. This is not the way to live life. I don't think Thomas found his phone. He was supposed to FaceTime in. That would actually be a good way for you to reintroduce yourself. You FaceTime in. And you're here. Are you out there? Can you hear me? You can just use my phone. Fuck it. Thomas Drake. Hello? Can you hear me? Weird sounds. Thomas Drake. Thomas Drake, do you hear me? He's not listening to the show. That's fucked up. All right, then fuck it.